viral news source.
Citizen. Judge Oakley versus a sovereign citizen. Let's go. Viral news source, viral news all of the time.
Terex. Right. So basically, the argument is your Terex is not a motor vehicle. Well, it's not an ORV, not an ORV. Okay. So I saw your response this morning. I saw your reply to her response. Did you see those, by the way, the reply? All right. So I think we've all seen the same paperwork. Okay. You want to hit some highlights of your arguments?
I mean, my argument is pretty much cover the whole thing, and like I said again, it goes back to just trying to label an ORV. And it's strict ORV, like if I took a monster truck up on the roadway that takes up whole roadway and can't turn, make turns in roadway, right? The way the statutes apply, they can do it. And for instance, they advertise like Ford Raptors and such, right? They show them in all the commercials going up mountains, same Jeeps, all they advertise, hey, they can all off road, right? So the way.
And that guy that popped up on the screen, I believe this is his video. So I will put the link in the description box. You guys go and join his channel.
Statutes written, they can just basically be like, oh, hey, anything with that looks like and pretty much anything is capable going off the road. So at any given time, the way the statute is being applied to me, they can just, any vehicle is capable of being taken off road.
Let me stop you though. Let me stop you. That's actually a different argument. So one argument is your Terex is not an ORV. The other argument is their ordinance or the statute they're applying is just too vague. It's just unconstitutionally vague. Would you agree with me? That's two different arguments?
Well, I think it's actually other.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. But the reason I want to make sure we're all on the same page, because I think there's two different responses that could come and two different decisions that could be made. Would you agree with me? Okay. So I want to take them one at a time. So first is, well, one would be your Terex is not an ORV, doesn't meet the definition. And the second argument would be, and the definition they're using is overly vague. Okay, so.
And the guy who was on the side of the screen, which I'm sure is coming back, the name of his channel is called Law Talk with Mike. I will leave the link in the description box. Let's go.
Madam Prosecutor, pick one of those arguments. Let's pick one and we'll talk about one at a time.
Sir, whether or not all utility.
Just call it Terex. Just call it let's make it specific to him, the Terex.
324-81122.
Oh, give me that again. I was somewhere else when you started talking. Go ahead. MCL.
81101 sub U defines ORV as a vehicle, a motor-driven off-road recreation vehicle capable of cross-country travel without benefit of a road or trail on or immediately over land, snow, ice, marsh, swamp, wind, or other natural terrain. It goes on to give examples of what is included in an ORV and what are not included as an ORV. Here, the utility terrain vehicle, as Mr. Cusell labels it, is an off-road vehicle. Exhibit A that I included in my motion is a.
Let me stop you. I'm sorry. In your reply to his motion, is that where your Exhibit A is? Okay, go ahead.
Owner's manual.
Judge Oakley seems to have like a very high-strung personality. Like he is ready to attack, kind of like a python or like a cobra when they're up and their neck is rearing back, ready to bite you and get that venom in you. Let's check this out.
It particularly gives under base off-road vehicle, the off-highway use only. This vehicle is not an all-terrain vehicle. It's designed and equipped to be a multi-use utility vehicle for off-highway use only. Use of this vehicle on public roads and paved surfaces is hazardous. Do not operate this vehicle on public roads or paved surfaces. In addition, in Exhibit B, I included a relevant portion of the ORV handbook that's found on the State of Michigan's website, and it includes utility terrain vehicles as an ORV. It also, conveniently enough, includes a photo of a near identical ORV that Mr. Cusell operated back on February 3rd of this year.
Okay.
These might just be garden
Okay.
variety
Anything
bad
else?
arguments.
I guess I can go further.
Not certain he's a
Mr. Solomon
subset
goes
yet.
on to liken it to something like a Ford Raptor, a Jeep, monster truck. The multi-purpose personal use vehicle used for personal family conveyance. MCL 324.8112 sub 1 states that an individual shall not operate an ORV that is not registered under the code upon a street, county road, or highway. A Ford Raptor, Jeep, and a monster truck all need to be registered in order to operate on.
Right.
Mr. Cruz was not pulled over because he's operating his ORV, but because that ORV was not registered, did not have a license plate. For that reason, I believe that this motion should be dismissed and the people will renew their request for motion.
Do we get a traveling argument? I'm riveted.
No objections to that, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, it's not an objection, it's a response, but go ahead.
Okay, well, again, none of the registration or any of that stuff was even brought up. Any of it, they slapped an ORV on it because they had me held in the car for 45 minutes on the phone with my body cam trying to figure out what to even charge me with because I wasn't pulled over in retaliation. And that is what they pulled me over. Ready to go on this one was stated and put on there. And going back, liability or the not operating in a highway use, it's referring to, we purchased those, I don't know if that involved one or used them. They tell you that they come stock to only go about 50-ish miles an hour. You can get a module to make you go highway speeds when they're referring to highway.
I saw that in your response.
The higher speeds, that be the reason why. And I think everyone does nowadays see how common these UTVs are and see them all over the place.
I got to shoot you down there though, because you spend a lot of time talking about that you see these all over. That doesn't make them legal. I mean, that just bottom line doesn't make them legal. The fact that some, for example, some communities just kind of like turn a blind eye to golf carts, right? That's not necessarily saying they're legal. That's just saying they're not enforcing them. Now that gets to your other argument, which, does that create an unfair situation? But I gotta shut you down there because just because you see them doesn't mean they're legal.
Which is number
but let's
one.
get back to that language
Wrong.
you used. I gotta find it. Oh, okay. Do not operate this vehicle on public roads or paved surfaces. I understand your argument is they're telling you to stay off the highway with a stock Terex, but they didn't say highway. They said not safe for public roads or paved surfaces. That's what they said.
What?
So I'm just,
Again, why? So how they put on bicycles, they wear LLD pads and helmets, right? So
I understand that.
They don't operate on public roadways without a helmet.
I understand that's your take on what this means, but the clear language says don't go on paved surfaces.
Yes, clear language and same with the manuals for again for motorcycles, right? Yeah, that's still legal for people to drive around without helmets.
All right.
It's a liability issue. That's why they put it in there.
So
But what people do is something at first.
So my understanding is that if you jump through the hoops, if you go through the process, it's possible, you might have to add some equipment to your Terex or whatever, but it's possible to get some of these vehicles registered as roadworthy with the Secretary of State. That's my understanding. If it's got, and I made a list, if it's got bumpers at the correct height. It's got windshield and wipers and rear view mirrors. If it's got all this safety equipment, then you can get it registered and put it on the road legally. Is that your understanding?
Oh, no, I'm not trying to think before this even happened. Sergeant Rice is already.
No. Hold on. I'm talking generally. I'm not talking specifically to you. I'm talking generally speaking. Do you agree with me that there is a process that the state of Michigan has that you can take something that may be an off-road vehicle and you can go through steps and have it roadworthy and registered as such with the state of Michigan? Do you understand? Do you agree there's a process for that?
I'm for certain vehicles, I would say yes.
Okay. All right.
My specific UTV, they are already equipped and sold, road ready.
Okay.
Again, you go back to the disclaimer just because they put it in there. It's a disclaimer.
Then why have you not registered as a vehicle with the state of Michigan?
Sergeant Rice told me I have all rights. I stated you were signing both of me.
I wonder if either one of these two are attorneys. I have no idea. But that is the Judge Oakley. Let's keep going.
My wife got the gas station right where I got pulled over. Well, previously to this, we even talked about it. We had a conversation about at the gas station. The BP is simply a middle. He instructed, even told me, your well things are awful right.
Okay.
He said this the first time. And then I relayed this to officer. I don't know.
The officer that wrote the ticket.
Okay, right. And then when I asked him the second interaction I had with him, I asked him, dude, I need to get you studied, which is part of the body cam. I'm still trying to get a hold of these things because I have to take them to court for it. Because they're withholding body cam image. Where I asked him, hey, I need you to get supervisor to clarify this because he told me I'm not getting a piss match and drove away. So
All right, stop there. Hold on. Is it your understanding that there's a mechanism by which if the safety equipment is there, then the vehicle can be registered with the state of Michigan?
It's my understanding that the specific township or municipality needs to adopt or identify certain roadways that they are then able to operate on. As far as I know, the township of Huron doesn't have any that are safely permitted. I do believe that.
Hold on. You're telling me if the state of Michigan registers it as a motor vehicle, you guys can still say you can't go on your roads?
I believe it's county owned roads. Or,
Even though the state says it's a motor vehicle? Because that's my understanding. If the state registers it as a motor vehicle, that's what they're doing after all the safety equipment is there.
but at least for limited use. So like, there's examples in the statute that talks about for limited purposes of, say like parades or something to that effect.
again, Your Honor.
Hold on. I'm cogitating.
So this is a golf cart. And our last offset had a moped.
Well, it would seem to me that the township's got to get off its ass and do something with their ordinances on register. I mean, if the state's out there authorizing people to drive these on pavement and you guys just haven't decided where they can and can't, it sounds like the township's got to get on the board.
You can look up there when this decided, to be honest, they said it didn't exist.
What doesn't exist? I'm sorry.
They're trying to charge them with the code they gave, they said it doesn't even exist. I couldn't
Okay.
look it up.
Brother, you keep throwing new arguments in.
No, I'm sorry. Well, I'm freaking
Hold on. Let's not get there yet. I'm making notes so you don't forget to get there, but don't get there yet.
Judge Oakley's trying to be a cool judge.
I'm having trouble figuring out how the township can tell somebody they can't operate a motor vehicle that the state of Michigan says is a motor vehicle.
Yeah, I am not specifically prepared to argue that only because Mr. Cruzel's ORV wasn't registered, so it has no bearing on whether or not it can operate.
But it can be. Well, don't get me started with that. I mean, all right, so let's talk about the fact that they've charged you under an ordinance that doesn't exist. My paraphrase of your argument.
Yeah, I've been trying to clarify too and bring it up too, but I've been trying to find it. Doesn't even, the code they cited doesn't even exist.
All right, hold on. Let me get to the paperwork.
I just had one fact I wanted to throw.
Hold on. Don't do that. You're confusing me. Make your notes so you don't forget.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot.
All right, so if we look at the ticket, offense code is 257311. Authorization code is, I don't know what that is, 00003.
Yeah, I think.
Is that, I'm reading it 00003. So I guess let's get a clarification from the prosecutor. What is the specific ordinance, statute, whatever, that the ORV on roadway is being prosecuted under?
The Huron adopt the Michigan Transit Code, which I referenced to, but I also stated in my motion that
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the reply that I'm looking at for today.
Yes.
All right. So let us both know where to find that. Yep.
And, my final argument, or my final, sentence before my argument. Ultimately.
Okay.
ORV on the roadway in violation of MCL 324-81122 and Durham Township Ordinance 506-4, which I
File a news source.